I remember as a little kid, I was terrified of Pennywise. And now that I know he's coming back, yeah, I'm a little scared.
Hi, Georgie.
Now, as a little kid, I was terrified of Pennywise. I was so scared that I just didn't like clowns at all. And actually, I think that was the same reason for a lot of kids not liking clowns, because of this movie or TV series. Now, obviously, if you were like under like 8 years old or something, then you were freaking scared of the clown. But if you were a little bit older, you probably didn't like the movie as much, because let's face it, it is not that scary now that I'm watching it again as an adult. This is obviously an adaptation from Stephen King's novel, It, and it was broken down into 2 episodes back then for TV series. Now, I can't say for sure that they followed everything according to the novel, because obviously I have not read it, but I can honestly say that one is better than the other. Now, if you guys don't know the story about It, it's basically about the killer clown Pennywise, who is played by Tim Curry, and he preys on little kids and he kills them, and he like uses them as fuel, because he comes back like every 30 years, I believe. And after having killed Georgie, Bill, and like these other kids, like decide to form like the Lucky 7 group or like the Losers Club in order to take him down. Now, the first half of this TV series is amazing. I freaking loved it. I love the kid actors. I think they were excellent. And we got a whole lot of exposition to the kids and the adults. The story goes back and forth between the kids and the adults. The reason that they do that back and forth is because in the beginning of the movie, we kind of already know that all of them survived, and at some point when they were little kids, they actually took down Pennywise, and they had made a promise that, you know, if he was to reappear again, that they would all go back to this little town of Derry and take him down again. So in the first part of the movie, Mike, who stays behind in the town of Derry, he's the only one to stay there. Everybody else like became like movie stars, novel writers, and one of them like keeps getting beat by guys. I don't know why. And Mike decides to call everybody, telling them like, hey, you know, he's back. And of course, since they've grown, they kind of put Pennywise in the back of their head, so they forgot who he is. So every time like they say, hey, Pennywise is back, they all have like this freaking like flashback where the camera just like zooms in on their face, and it's like flashback time. I swear, 80% of this movie was like probably flashbacks and balloons. Every time there was a balloon, it was either filled with blood or something Pennywise related was about to happen. So like I said, the first part about the movie was awesome. I loved it. I mean, watching this again, I loved the beginning because the kids, like I said, were excellent. The adults, you know, they were okay. The second part about the story is mainly about the adults and how they're dealing with it and how they're coming back together and like meeting again for the first time in like and who knows how long it's been. But they reused so many flashbacks from the first episode that it drove me nuts. I was like, why are they reusing it? Like, I wanted to see more of the kids. I think we get like maybe an extra flashback for Stan, because he's the one that dies and commits suicide because he's like, fuck it, I'm out. I don't want to deal with Pennywise anymore. And he looked at the deadlights. He did not want to be part of it, and he actually was drawn to it, and well, that's why he committed suicide. And that's where I'm kind of conflicted with the story, because I obviously haven't read the book. I don't have any background about Pennywise or why he does this. I just know that he's like a freaking super crazy entity that can take form like as a werewolf, a mummy, or a dog, I think, or basically anything that will scare you. The only thing that I got was that he does come from the deadlights, and honestly, I didn't understand what that meant in the entire series. I'm pretty sure all of you guys who have read the book will know, and if you guys want to be nice to me, please leave that in the comments down below, because I probably won't be reading the book anytime soon. The second part of the movie itself was a letdown for me, because the first part was really good, but then the second part was already like them just kind of like trying to find themselves. They were trying to act like they were kids again, and to some extent I kind of like that, but then Richie himself was just super over the top, and at points I was just like, Jesus, man, like just calm down. And he was like that when he was a kid, but like as an adult, it was not fitting. Also, the way that they take down Pennywise at the very end made no sense whatsoever. Turns out that Pennywise, true identity or look or whatever, was like this big like tarantula looking cricket bug thing, and they somehow kill him by again flicking a piece of silver into his freaking Deadlight's abdomen region, and it explodes or something with the cheesiest effects. And then I don't know where they all like gang up on the damn thing and just like take its heart out or whatever. They literally like freaking beat the shit out of it like at the end. Like, it was hilarious. I didn't get that part, and it was a big letdown. I just was disappointed because I was like, okay, I thought it was a clown who was gonna get his ass beat, not a big tarantula looking monster. And then at the end, that was really it. We don't really hear about Pennywise. But speaking of Pennywise, he was freaking awesome. He was such an a-hole. Like, he would just do the dumbest things, but it was hilarious. Nobody can see him obviously besides the kids, and whenever there's like a balloon or blood exploded or there's blood everywhere, none of the parents can see it except the kids. I thought that was like a crazy ass effect, and that freaking obviously scared me when I was a little kid. And even now, I found it really awesome to watch. If I had to rate the episodes independently, I would rate the first episode maybe like a 4.5, and then the second episode like a 2.5, which is bad because leading up to the end, it was just a big letdown. Pennywise again, guys, I love that guy. Tim Curry freaking was amazing at this clown. He was mean, he was hilarious, he was scary, he was like freaking terrifying. But yeah, watching it now, like I'm old as hell now compared to like when I was 6. Yeah, it's not a scary movie at all. Like, I actually enjoyed it because the way that Pennywise is represented in the story, he's funny. He is a savage. Let's put it that way. He fucks with these little kids in the most messed up way. The beginning scene with Georgie itself, I thought that was awesome. Like, he's like, "Hi, Georgie." His boat falls down and shit, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm not supposed to talk to strangers." And he's like, "Oh, my name is Pennywise. What's your name?" He's like, "Oh, I'm Georgie." He's like, "Oh, well, we're not strangers anymore." And then guess what? Yanks his arm off. Dude, I thought it was classic. I thought it was hilarious. I found this movie more funny now watching it again. I can still get the creeps from it still, but I found it more like enjoyable as like, I guess, a dark comedy in a way. I am still excited to see the new adaptation that's coming out this year. If I were to rate this overall, I would give this TV series a 3.5 out of 5 because the first part was really good. The second part, not so good. I mean, there were so many things that I just found inconsistent and I didn't really like, especially the ending. The ending was just a big letdown. But I am ready to see the new It movie. Like, I am pretty excited and pretty pumped. So now let's talk about the new trailer that came out. That trailer looks amazing. The little sound effect that they used was great. Just like in the 1990 series, I think that sound and effect and tone that they took on the movie was really good and added to the creepiness. Same thing with the trailer now. The trailer did that and it was awesome. One thing that I did notice was that Pennywise does not talk at all. We see bits and pieces in this trailer, but at the same time, he doesn't say a freaking word. And I think that was awesome because the one line that's most memorable for Pennywise in the 1990 series was, "Hiya, Georgie." And in this one, we get nothing. We just see him like kind of just like pop out of nowhere and then that's it. And then also that one scene where the lights are flickering and it's like a person and then the camera goes faster and faster and faster. Yeah, that's Pennywise. I was like, holy shit. The look of Pennywise in the new one looks pretty good. I've heard a lot of people saying that that's how he's supposed to look in the actual novel. So I'm hoping that they really like adapt the novel. Except the part where Beverly kind of just hooks up with everybody. I heard somewhere where they kind of like run a train on her in the book. I'm not sure if that's accurate or if anybody wants to clarify that in the comments. Just let me know because I don't think I want to see that on the big screen. But in the 1990s movie, yeah. She kind of got herself around with all the guys. That was a little weird. I found that really weird in the second episode. But yeah, the one thing about the new movie that I want is the kids. If they can nail how the kids were in the first movie or TV series, then I'm good. That's really what made the first It series so good. The kids themselves. The adults, not really. They were there, but at the same time, they weren't good as the kids. So guys, have you guys watched the old one? Have you guys watched the new teaser? Do you guys think they're gonna do better with this movie? I have hope. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to recap a little bit about what I thought about the TV series. I thought it was freaking awesome and let you guys know what I thought about it now that I'm older. Do you guys dig the new look for Pennywise, or do you guys think the old Pennywise was better? I honestly think the new Pennywise looks really, really good. Even though Pennywise back then played by Tim Curry was freaking awesome. This one looks a little bit more dark. So guys, if you guys like this video, please make sure to share it and give it a thumbs up. Also, if you guys are new to my channel and you like my content, then please subscribe to my channel. But as always, guys, stay tuned.